Friday. Woo! Big day. Exciting day. Coming down from space.
Splashdown.
Splashing down in San Diego. Or at least the ocean. Because if they hit San Diego, they've made a wrong turn.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. That would be bad. They're going to go from 25,000 miles an hour down to 20 miles an hour by the time they get to the ocean. That feels like it's going to be a bumpy ride.
That's like me and my Elantra between Murfreesboro and Nashville.
When you have a chance. Man, I tell you what, I know that thing could take off.
Well, it's definitely 5,000 degrees in August.
It is.
Without that air conditioner.
Oh, goodness me.
With no boat on it. With no boat on it.
No. Well, you know what? We've decided we made a little change with the tuna boat. For a while, the tuna boat is going to be hauling oil. Because, baby, it's big money.
Well, here's the deal. We're not taking it anywhere near Venezuela.
No, we're not. We're not taking it near Venezuela. And because our tuna boat happens to be the fastest in the world, we'll be able to maneuver through everything and start selling it to the highest bidder.
What's it at a barrel now?
Okay, so as I tried to explain to people today, oil currently is $91. But the spot price of oil, which is the only thing that matters for us, because that means spot price, that's what it's in a barrel. What would you pay for it right now is about $125, give or take. So, you and I were going over it earlier. The bigger ships can have 2 to 4 million barrels of oil. So at $120 a barrel, you've got oh my God, look at this. I mean, we're going to be doing okay. I mean, I think because ours will hold how much? About 2.5 million. That's what I'm counting on the tuna boat. And if we're just getting $125 a barrel, $312 million for one trip, we're going to be all right.
Well, that's some pretty good money. You even split 3 ways.
It is. It is. You're going to get $12.5 million, and Ken and I are going to get $150 million each.
I hate you both.
You know what? So it is, it's expensive out there is what we're saying. Ken, people are saying, what was it? Who? Zach Brown or Zach Williams?
Zach Williams. Did I say Zach Brown?
You said they're saying it's Zach Brown. Here it is. It's not a little bit of chicken.
That is Zach Brown. Yeah, that's not Zach Williams.
Yeah, there we go.
Zach Wild.
I'm sorry about it. Good grief. I am sorry about that.
Yeah.
That is Zach Brown. I apologize. Because I was thinking to myself, wait a minute. I don't think that's Zach Williams.
Time to beat the news guy about the Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, people were very like, it's Zach Brown. I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't here.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Middle Tennessee.
Did he?
That's Zach Brown.
It was Wake Up Friday when I would rather hear a little bit of chicken fried. If you're going to get up. Right?
And I especially apologize to Zach Brown and the Zach Brown Band. They record just down the road.
I bet they do. They're they were waking the world up today as these guys and gal get ready to splash down. Weather's going to be good. No rain except for Northern California, so no real precipitation. Should be about 70 degrees when they finally splash down. And they're pretty excited about it because, they want to come home. I was reading today, one of the toughest things that they're going to go through is, and they've seen this with all of them, is when they get there, and probably more so with them, they're going to have an endorphin, a dopamine drop and dump because the excitement of what they've done, all of this stuff. And they say it's a tough thing for them to handle because then all of a sudden next week, they're just regular people again. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. Except for the part you went farther than any human ever. I'm pumped about that.
They did do that.
They did. They win that. Okay, they want us to start a GoFundMe for your AC. We could do that. I like this guy, guys. 9634 says we can drop the oil off and then tuna fish back. kill two birds with one stone.
You mean right on a tuna fish?
No, so we will go. We'll drop all our oil off, right? Our 2.5 million barrels to the highest bidder.
All right.
Then, once we've done that, on the way back to go pick up more, we will tuna fish.
We'll just hang some lines off the back of the boat.
That's right.
We have no boat because Ken didn't pick it up.
Do you think we could catch tuna fish with those little smokies?
Oh, absolutely. They love those.
Yeah.
They can't stop them. We can't keep them on the shelf. The tuna come in and buy them, and then they go back out in the ocean. Pretty cool.
And we'll listen to Zach Brown Band.
Yeah, not Zach Williams.
Not Zach Williams.
Or Barry Williams.
Nothing against Zach Williams, but
no, I don't
listen to Zach Brown for my mistake.
Oh, I love Zach Brown.
I do too, man.
So, so much good stuff to get to today. Bell and I are tired of winning. So that's what we heard. Once we saw inflation doing what it's
getting
done.
monotonous.
Yeah, it's just all the winning that we're doing. It's just insane. Well, I don't even know what to do with it all anymore.
You boys are winning too much.
All the time. I'm like, oh, my God, sir, thanks for all the winning. Yeah, the inflation numbers were ugly. And we haven't felt it yet. I don't think people really understand. Yes, we felt some of it. Have you seen Ireland, what they're going through? All of their lorry drivers, that's what they call the farmers and their big 18-wheelers. They were on strike today because it is so expensive. They're losing money. They go pick up something, they're just losing money. They're like, we can't do it. We can't afford to keep food on the table. So it's we haven't felt. I was looking at Malaysia. Every Wednesday now is a national holiday. South Korea, everybody's encouraged to work from home. Japan. Well, Japan, their prime minister didn't really care because the Deep Purple was in town, right? Is that what it was? Deep Purple's in town?
Yeah, they went to the band went to meet her at her office.
Yeah, she only likes heavy metal and hard rock. I think she was in a band at one time.
Who's this?
This is the prime minister of Japan.
Huge Deep Purple fan.
Yeah,
excellent.
What did she say to the one guy?
Told Ian Pace that he was her god.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't it insane? So
that is weird.
Yeah, but they're having, everybody's having we have not felt what probably is going to be coming in the next 30 days. The rise in prices. And the rise in prices are going to be ugly. I mean, they are in certain areas. So yeah, so I just want to let you guys know that the winning is going to continue. The beatings will continue till morale improves. Oh, lordy. Okay, are we getting rid of Kratom? Are we not?
It looks like we're getting closer to getting rid of it. Now, when I say get rid of it, I mean criminalizing it.
Oh, wow.
So a bill has passed the full House that makes it illegal to sell or possess. It next goes to the Senate. And this proposal requires medical examiners also to test for kratom in suspected overdose deaths and allow employers to include kratom in drug testing policies because there apparently have been some overdose deaths allegedly linked to kratom in Tennessee.
Now, I saw somebody who says, look, kratom should be legal, but you shouldn't be able to get it at gas stations. Those people that just sell those to the gas station, those aren't the ones that is the real kratom. That's just a bunch of junk.
And that's what critics are saying. Like News 2, they interviewed a guy who owns the Kava Lounge here in Nashville, which apparently sells some products, with kratom in it. And, he says that, yes, there is some bad kratom out there, but it should be regulated. Like that's the same thing with these hemp THC supporters. They're saying yes, regulate us.
They have
Make
no
it
problem
safe.
with that.
They want it to be safe. But nonetheless, this kratom ban goes to the Senate next week. And then if it passes the Senate and the House agrees with what the Senate did, it'll go to the governor's desk.
Yeah, I mean, they have
then that'll make it all go away because that's the magic of government.
Well, that's the one guy on Channel 2 I saw him say that, look, he goes, do you think when there was prohibition that all of it went away.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's not. And once again, rather than have common sense and go, you know what we should do? Let's look at this. And the stuff being sold in these stores, the gas stations, all that stuff right next to Hard Rod or whatever it is.
Yeah.
29-hour energy drink. And are you slow in the bedroom? Check out Tough Rod. And that stuff is insane, right? Because you don't even know what's in there. They don't know what's in there. It's like it's ash from a cigarette. It's like it's incredible. No, but there's stuff out there that can help and that people can use responsibly. Then it shouldn't be. Why is it always all about the
government can't trust individuals to act responsibly.
I know.
They have to tell you how to live your life.
Well, and the critics of the legislation, they argue that people with chronic pain or those trying to reduce opioid or alcohol dependence, it's just going to push them back. It could push them back to prescription opioids. Or, the black market for illicit drugs.
Oh, yeah. See, well, that's...
But again, you can buy all the alcohol you want.
But remember, when you go to the black market, if you're worried about what they're selling at the gas station, worry more about what people can get at the black market, right? Because think about, how many of those drugs, the one pill can kill with the fentanyl and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So... guys, you might have to call your old drug dealer up and make sure he's doing okay. Right? If you trust him. Only if you trust him. Because remember, trust is paramount among people you buy drugs from. Oh, goodness.
But yeah, so that's what's shaking there with Kratom. And apparently, quite a few Tennesseans are using Kratom. Where did I find this? I researched it. And according to the state, Tennessee's own fiscal analysis for the Kratom ban bill estimates that 0.6, actually I say it quite a bit, less than 1% of Tennessee adults used Kratom in the past year, which equals to about 38,385 adult users statewide.
So,
and how many deaths?
I'm not seeing deaths.
Okay.
But there is at least one death that the bill supporters are linking to this, and that is what the bill is named after, and I cannot remember the guy's name.
Is it one of those things where, did he fall into a wood chipper? Or they go into an oven? I mean, did he get hit by a bus? Is that like one of those, is it because of Kratom, or were there extenuating circumstances?
Apparently, this guy mixed it with his regular medication. Apparently, the bill is named after a 27-year-old Chattanooga man whose death was linked to Kratom use combined with prescription drugs.
Okay, so it was a part of a situation,
right?
Okay,
he took it while he was on prescription meds.
Okay, so don't do that.
And that's smart. I mean,
that's common sense not to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, hurt
No, it's not
family.
about being mean, but
yes, it's
you're
common
equating
sense.
this entire thing to somebody who obviously had some other stuff going on.
Oh, Larry brings up a good point. Black market is racist. We need to say alternative purchase markets.
Or market of color. MOC. Just like African American Friday.
But yeah,
after Thanksgiving.
If you're one of the 35,000 Tennesseans who used Kratom in the past year, looks like it could be going away.
Good.
Or at least it will be illegal.
Yeah. Well,
that'll stop it.
That'll totally stop it. Man, I tell you what, so much stuff to get to today, kids. Artemis, we're going to talk about that. Finally, Friday coming up. The dude whose blood they are hoping to use, all of the antibodies in his blood, for something that could save 100, 200,000 people a year.
Yeah.
It's a great story. We're going to talk about that.
Cool.
Bunch of other fun stuff to get to as well. Reach out to us across all of our social media. Coachella kicks off today. And wait to hear how much it costs for some of these people to go see, Bieber. Carol G and everybody. Chad Bensfield, Super Talk 99.7. All right, kids. Bulwark Capital is amazing. Doing quite well over there. Thank you very much, Bulwark Capital. Zach Abraham, Chief Investment Officer, wants to give you a free Know Your Risk portfolio review. Now, they manage a ton of money. The way they invest is just so much different than everybody else with their active investment. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility, and the global outlook they have is incredible. And things like oil going way up, guess what? They were ahead of that. It was not hard to see. They just do things in a much different way than everybody else. And boy, has it paid off. So what I want you to get a free Know Your Risk portfolio review right now from my good friends over at Bulwark Capital. They go through your portfolio. If you got fees in there you shouldn't be getting, are you moving, into a position where you're hoping to retire, but you know what? You're not getting there because you're just overly cautious to the point where it's not going to help you, or are you risking way too much? They'll tell you all of those things. So it's free for you. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's knowyourriskpodcast.com for Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Check Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Invest involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Check 2647.
Right now, a bill that criminalizes selling and possessing Kratom in Tennessee has cleared the House with bipartisan support. It next heads to the Senate. Let you hear about the arguments against that. Also, 7 hours to splash down for Artemis 2. This story and more. Oh, and breaking news here. Iran says no U.S. peace talks if Israel keeps bombing Lebanon. That's coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It's going well already. Guys, it's been a hell of a week. I just want to point this out to you. Every week we say that, then every week I have to go, I can't believe that this was just a week.
She stopped on the
and the ships are passing through. America, as you know, means friendship.
The mayor in Jaws.
It's so awesome. As you can see, it's a beautiful day in the Strait of Hormuz.
And there's no sign of that little kitten or boy.
Nope, not on this deck, we're not. Oh, finally Friday right there, dedicated to John, who loves it. Says you can't stop thinking about it. Playing the hits. We should do like, who was that? What's her name? The lady at night?
Oh.
Delilah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should totally do dedications. Totally do that. Oh, right on. Mark, Karen says the fact you're, right, aren't they the best? The fact that you're just the greatest of all time, and the way that you took care of her with her kids and raised another man's kids, and even though she cheated on you, she will never forget those wonderful, wonderful nights. This song's for you. We need to do dedications and then the song be completely the worst song for that.
And then let Brother Belial, come on afterward and just denigrate.
Absolutely.
I'll do it. I'm down.
All right, right. That's a new bit. So whatever songs, yes, your long distance dedication. But this will be, you know, and then the other, I love that because again, it's about awkward. Speaking of awkward, got a DM yesterday from the GOP of Nashville who apparently have never listened to my show.
They couldn't have.
I'm like, oh, okay. So we'll talk a bit about that. We got so much fun stuff to talk about today. Artemis getting ready to splash down. That's going to be awesome. What's their body going to go through? All kinds of stuff. Think you got those big diapers on like that lady did? Or is that only for crazy astronauts who want to fall in love? That was the greatest.
Well, they may have had to wear them since the crapper crapped out.
No, they said everything's fine. Everything, for the most part, worked minus one little thing. But it was the real issue. Microsoft Outlook kept breaking down. That was the problem. They kept having to download it over and over again. It was a big thing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Well, it didn't surprise me that the toilet messed up because it's a brand new piece of technology that they have not been able to test in space yet. So I'm sure they're going to, look at it and refine the way it's built.
They'll get that thing rocking and rolling. We got this. Otherwise, they'll need Rocket Rooter. That sounds like something you'd have. If you're in space and your crapper don't work, call Rocket Rooter.
Your crapper don't work.
We'll be there as soon as you splash down.
Oh, lordy, lordy. Coming up, let's talk about it. Artemis coming home. Coachella, snakes. We got it all happening. Chad Benson, Super Talk 987.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers in Sumner County got a crash causing a 14-minute delay. It is 65 southbound right there at Bethel Road, exit 104, but the stop and go starts at 108, 4 miles away. And in West Nashville, a crash 40 eastbound at 46th and 51st Avenue. Right now in Tennessee, a bill that makes it illegal to sell or possess Kratom has cleared the House with bipartisan support. The proposal would require medical examiners to test for kratom in suspected overdose deaths and allow employers to include it in drug testing policies. Critics argue kratom is used by people with chronic pain or those trying to reduce opioid or alcohol dependence, and banning it could push users back toward prescription opioids, illicit drugs, or alcohol, which have, they say, higher documented overdose risks. 7 hours to splash down for NASA's Artemis 2 aboard the Orion spacecraft. They woke up today to Zach Brown. Free as will ever be. Scheduled to re-enter Earth's atmosphere later this evening, then splash down in the Pacific near San Diego, 7:07 Middle Tennessee time. Retired astronaut Susan Kilrain telling ABC News the capsule will be tracked the entire way down so recovery happens quickly.
They're going to do the burn that's just to more narrow down the targeting place of splashdown so that the Navy assets can be in place. They don't want to have to motor for 30 minutes to find them. They want them to be right there.
And Operation Epic Fury, multiple reports coming in from all sorts of media outlets that say Iran is threatening to pull out of U.S. peace talks in Israel, or rather in Pakistan, if Israel doesn't stop bombing Lebanon. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
upper 80s, a little bit breezy in the afternoon, and we will hang on to the 80s right through next week.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what else I'm talking about? USS, United Structural Systems. So why do you think, okay, Chad, why should I call them? There's a bunch of people. There's nobody like USS. Not here in Tennessee, sorry. And you want to know why? They're local. Yeah, that's the big deal. And they get Tennessee homes. They also get the soil. They understand what our weather is and what people go through when it comes to their homes. Now, and we're not just talking about foundation settlement issues or basement water intrusion. We're talking about all of the things that could potentially happen. Every crack tells a story. Who knows what went on down there? You do not want mold. You don't want wood rot. Let USS come out. For 30 years, I've been doing this. 30,000 happy customers right here, Middle Tennessee, and they're ready to help you. They'll give you a free inspection. Not going to charge you anything, and they're not going to sell you anything you don't need. That's not who they are. Take the guesswork out of everything. Have USS come out today. Call them now, 615-488-7855. 615-488-7855, or check them out online at ussTN.com. Yeah, baby. This portion of the program is brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarm, no long-term contracts. License number 645. Let's go back a few days. Remember how this whole thing started.
S-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston, now controlling the flight of Integrity.
Integrity, AMT high.
AMT high.
Ooh, the way they went. Godspeed, coming back. So what are they going to be doing today? Coming home, strapping in, holding on.
Doing a whole lot of packing up.
That's right. The, 6 to 8 minutes they're going to be without contact when they go through back into our atmosphere. So there can be 6 to 8 minutes that there'll be no contact.
Wasn't it just like 3 minutes on the Apollo missions?
Yeah, I guess. I have no idea. It could be, it could be shorter, it could be longer. Who knows? Well, if it's longer, there could be some trouble. Then they're coming through the fastest that anybody's ever come through.
Then that's probably why it's going to take longer.
Yeah. So, and then as soon as they get through everything, the Van Allen belt and everything, and into our atmosphere, boom, after a while, up goes the parachutes and the slow down. They're going to go from just insane speeds down to 20 miles an hour before they gently smash into the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, 20 miles an hour sounds really slow, but when you're in a car or a vehicle of some sort, even hitting the ocean is not going to be the most comfortable thing.
What they were saying is they have to pull down all these special shades because of the plasma, right, and the blinding lights. And then when they hit it, it is as bad as a car crash. But, I mean, they're obviously tucked in a little bit stronger than that. And then what happens is there's going to be Navy planes and Navy whatever we have still left that's not in the Gulf flying around. They'll have ships. If they're close enough that they're going to immediately get on, the divers will get in the water. Then they've got this big giant thing that they put around it to stop it from bobbing, and then a medical person goes in with them, checks them all out. Then they come out one by one. And depending, it's either a helicopter or onto a ship and then off to Houston. Man, you go from San Diego you guys couldn't move this to here? I mean, look at it. It's not Houston. Not that I have a problem with you, Houston. And then all of the stuff, dizziness, fatigue. What's it do to your muscles? They've got these new suits. How did that work? It's going to take a few days for everybody to get, back. Blood pressure, heart rate. They want to make sure everything's good. Did you bring back any, space chlamydia?
Cancer.
Who was that again?
Ron Bennington.
Oh, yeah. That was funny. And then from there, they've got to spend several days exercising, getting used to gravity, spend time with their family, debrief, interviews, all of those kind of things. And then away it goes. So it's awesome. I'm excited about it. So check this out, Ken.
Yes, sir.
My kids here are excited about it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have one kid here, though. You know who that is?
Who?
Jack. My son.
Where's Jack? What's he doing?
Well, first of all,
where does he live?
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
So
he's going to be able to watch it.
Oh, Ken, wait till you hear this story. Right, this is my son. I love him. God, he's spectacular. So his mom sends me a video today because he gets to be late to school for some reason today because he's doing so well. And he's in his room chilling in his bed and he's watching the Masters. And I'm like, he calls me up and I'm like, dude, are you pumped, man? Artemis is landing today.
Yeah.
We're splashing down. He goes, what's Artemis? And I told him,
I love it.
I told him, and you know what he said to me? He goes, man, my school, they're not, that's not good. They're not doing good. I don't know what they're teaching us.
What's Artemis?
What's Artemis, man? Is that a movie, Dad? What's going on? That's crazy.
I love it. He's being a kid.
You know what he is? All he cared about is, Dad, I shot my best score the other day.
Yes, sir.
And I was the lowest for our high school. And on top of that, he goes, my bike's up and working again. So we got a big bike weekend. And then we started talking about this. He had no idea. He's like, don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. But my kids, Charlie's super excited. She has all these little alien things all over the house.
All right.
Because she somehow thinks they're bringing aliens home.
Well, they probably are, but they're not going to tell us.
Yeah, they won't tell us. They won't tell us at all. Ice Pirates. You know what I'm pretty excited about is just how cool it is that if this wasn't for all the stuff in Iran, all the stuff going on, and all the winning we're doing, if it wasn't for all of that, this would be the biggest story on the planet. There's no doubt. I mean, it's incredible. And, if all goes well, I mean, we're gonna have people on the moon in a couple of years. Or in the back alley stage thing, whatever you guys think, depending on how you feel about that.
Well, when we finally landed on the moon in '69, the whole world, took a pause.
Yeah.
It is so great to talk about Artemis.
It is.
Rather than all the BS that's going on.
God, I know, man, isn't it?
I'm still trying to figure out why they named the damn thing after the drummer from Lynyrd Skynyrd.
I don't know. That's a great idea. Maybe he really wanted to be an astronaut. I don't know. But what I will tell you, it's just great. It's great because it should bring us all together. Like you said, the world paused. And not just all the world paused during the moon landing. Except for the Russians who were like, argh!
No, they had their fingers crossed hoping it crashed.
crashes.
I must break you.
I must break you. I know. He's a Swede.
I love Dolph Lundgren.
You know what I love about Dolph Lundgren? The fact that he's got like 3 chemistry and astrophysicist degrees and stuff. I must break you. Oh, that's right, Jason. I forgot. We didn't land on the moon.
That was actually a tortilla.
Oh, speaking of that, on Monday, the big reveal is coming from the Earth is flat guys, the 2 guys that have been watching this the whole time. And
losing their minds.
Losing their minds because they don't believe it.
Awesome.
And they really are. Look, it's flat. It's not real. It's not real. They're just like the whole thing.
You're the same idiots that think the wheel was invented.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they're going to say.
Just first of all, when they took off, they were like, "That's not happening. That's that right there." While that's happening, he goes, "You watch. They're not going to follow them, and they're probably not even in there."
Yeah, they jumped in those baskets that they left up there at the top until the last second.
And then whenever they're debunked, whether it doesn't matter where it is, wherever one of them goes and they get debunked. I think they went to. So they didn't believe everybody went to Antarctica, and then they went to somewhere in the Andes where there was like 20 hours of sunlight. And that wasn't real either. None of it's real. But they've lost their mind on this one. They are so upset with this. And at one time, I'm watching their stream last night, flipping around. They have a live on TikTok.
Yeah.
They've got like 15,000 people watching them. I'm like, these guys have built a career on being stupid. And not in a fun way. No.
And not in a fun way.
Not in a fun way. Just, oh, God, that's crazy. That's just crazy. So much good stuff still to come. Hey, when the Artemis gets, does all this kind of stuff, I'm excited because have you seen some of the other pictures? Because everybody's worried that the pictures they looked really bad, but the good pictures had not been downloaded. We were just seeing kind of what their live camera was like.
Yeah.
Those good pictures, they showed a couple of them. Oh, yeah. They're better. That tortilla looks really good. It's probably an old mission, but I don't know.
Spread some beans on it.
Oh, that's what I had last night.
They had 2 different cameras, and one of them they were testing.
Yeah.
Because I guess that new camera is supposed to be 8K or something like that.
So and here's government and the wackiness. They will not try. They'll test something out, but it's kind of not like, even if it comes back good, this is just a test. They only go with stuff that's been proven over and over again. Like the heat stuff and all the radiation panels, same company, almost the same thing since day one. Everything's the same. So, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah. So
because God knows when government tries to switch things up, they don't always get it right.
No. Well, that's for damn sure. By the way, my buddy's name is Pitbull Artemis. No way. That's a great name. That's a great name. That one is an awesome name. By the way, guys, when we were talking about doing our dedication show for songs, this is the way it works. You dedicate a song to somebody, we pick the bad song that goes opposite of what you dedicated. You don't get to send us a song request. It's not the way this works on the show.
This is our sandbox.
Yeah. So you'll send us something about how much you love somebody, how great you are, and you guys are the greatest love story. And then we're going to play Shaggy Wasn't Me. Got her on the boat. Wasn't me.
Or I'll start making up some lie about how I know she cheated on you.
Yeah. God. That's the way it works. It's for our amusement. Are we going to do Tradio? Man, we got to do a day of Tradio.
Absolutely.
Would you love that? Would you guys out there, would you guys love to do Tradio? Do you guys know what Tradio is? Tradio. Do you remember Tradio?
Yes, sir. I got some old used handkerchiefs I'd like to sell.
Okay, great. I got an ice box. It don't work, but if you could get it to work, I could use some handkerchiefs, and you guys just trade. It'll be great. I think we need to do a day.
Dude, I did Tradio.
You did?
I did it, man, for a couple of years in Okmulgee.
What's the coolest thing you ever traded?
You know what? I can't remember. I don't know if there was anything cool, but it was a lot of ice boxes.
Yeah.
You know, and old cars.
I'll see. That'd be
Books.
cool.
You know, people would have boxes of books they'd want to sell. Clothes they'd want to sell. Tools. You know, things like that. And then it actually turned into then it kind of turned into a talk show, and people would stop talking about selling things, and they'd just want to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But that was cool, too.
Shop and Swap, where I'm from, people loved it. Okay, I'm thinking we should try a day of Tradio.
All right.
All right. So, but you got to have some okay stuff, right? And you can't come on here and then throw your weird conspiracies out there, although that might be funny.
Yeah, but the weird stuff, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. There's enough weird stuff going on.
I've got some naked mannequins.
That's so awesome. Let's do Tradio one day. So we're going to do dedication and Tradio, guys. It's getting better every single day. Speaking of weird and fun, I've got your bad movie, fun movie to watch, both at the theater and at home this weekend if you got the Netflix. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor. Do you want to feel better? Yes. Now, I take Relief Factor. Really, does it work? Let me tell you something. I played soccer in Europe, played soccer my entire life, growing up since I was like 5, all the way to, I still go out and juggle the ball, kick it around, but I put my body through some hell. Man, I will tell you this. Knees, yeah, just thanks to Relief Factor, I don't have the pain I used to. You know, and now that I'm working out more, the muscles, right? Part of being able to lose weight and get fit is being able to continue to work out on a consistent basis. And if you're always sore, it's not good. Relief Factor helps you with that. Helps fight inflammation. It's naturally formulated. It's incredible. You can take it every day. It's non-addictive, and it works. So what I want you to do, try a 3-week quick start. It's less than $20. They're going to lose money on it, but you know what? They know in their heart you're going to feel a difference, and I do as well. Try Relief Factor now. Go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF for Relief Factor.
Tennessee, one step closer to banning kratom after a decisive bipartisan vote in the State House. And the Artemis 2 crew scheduled to re-enter Earth's atmosphere later this evening. We'll give you a preview coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, you're like, I don't want to go anywhere, and I got Netflix, and you like shark movies.
Several towns are cut off from any rescue attempts. We're sending out prayers to the people of those towns. I can't imagine the dangers they're facing.
You never saw this on Shark Week.
Oh, yeah. Thrash.
Was that the shark roaring?
No, it was
There's a kid screaming.
Kid screaming. Check this out. The girl that's like the star, you know, she's pregnant, and the shark is in the bedroom because it's, you know, it's the big flood has come, and she's going to try to give birth right there.
All right, baby.
Hoopa. Somebody wrote that. It stars Phoebe Dynevor. I don't know what the hell her name is. And Dijman Hanso. What was that wrong? Hansu?
Dijon Han Solo? What?
Yeah, that guy. You know who he is. You guys see me like that guy's awesome.
Ball.
That guy's awesome. And this weekend, if you're going to go to the theaters, Faces of Death. It's a new reimagining of the movie about a cursed tape, taking that 70s Faces of Death that was everybody's favorite thing to not look at. That was for guys, right? Boobies, woo! But Faces of Death, it's like, which one are you going to watch? I'm like, I watch Faces of Death because it's totally maybe kind of real, but.
And we might see some boobies.
Yeah, we might. So that is out, and that is actually getting really good reviews.
Really?
Which I'm surprised by. So that'll be out this weekend.
Interesting.
That's good stuff, guys. Good stuff. By the way, a lot of you are very excited about Tradio. Somebody wants to trade 4 roosters right now. He's got 4 roosters I want to trade. What do you hope? What's the going thing that you're looking for your roosters?
And here's the deal. What if we run into Mr. Haney?
That would be so awesome.
My biggest disappointment in Green Acres was that man never had his ass beat on TV.
I loved Mr. Haney, man. He would always, it's like, let's say Mr. Haney was selling 4 roosters. So he gives you a deal on the 4 roosters, but then you have to buy the feathers.
Yeah. See, that's he. So it's like one of those things like this car's free, but it's $20,000 for the keys. See the way that works?
Mr. Douglas, have I got a deal for you?
Coming up, hour number 2 of the program, we could talk about serious stuff, or we could talk about snakes. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. And in Tennessee, the state is one step closer to making kratom illegal after a decisive bipartisan vote in the State House. The bill named after a 27-year-old Chattanooga man whose death was linked to kratom by combining it with prescription drugs. Some lawmakers raised concerns about banning all forms of kratom, but supporters of the legislation say public safety outweighs those concerns. You can count Cookeville Republican State Rep Ryan Williams in that group.
I did not know about kratom until earlier this year when I helped a young man get the long-time treatment that he did need. And when I talked to the treatment center, the inpatient treatment center that he went to, I talked to the person there and I asked him, is this really gas station heroin? And he went to tell me that it was worse.
Well, opponents of the legislation say kratom helps people get off of pills and booze, and it would push them right back to it. The legislation now moves to the state Senate for final approval. Looks like they'll start debating on that next week. Well, the Artemis 2 crew, scheduled to re-enter Earth's atmosphere later this evening, will splash down in the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. Retired astronaut Susan Kilrain telling ABC News the crew will have to get their bearings of Earth, and with gravity.
They will have vertigo. They won't be able to walk a straight line. They wouldn't on a ship anyways, to be honest. But so they'll feel a little dizzy and somewhat disoriented in that way. They'll also be dehydrated.
ETA for splashdown is 7:07 Middle Tennessee time. Operation Epic Fury. Iran threatening not to participate in negotiations unless the ceasefire includes Lebanon. Still, Vice President J.D. Vance is going to lead the talks there in Pakistan for the U.S. Hopes a deal can be reached.
We're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see. As the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive.
Consumer prices up another 3.3% year over year, according to the latest Department of Labor data. Among the highest, gas prices, says ABC's Elizabeth Schultze.
We are not yet seeing in this report a big spike in food costs because of higher oil. We know that a lot of grocers paying fuel surcharges, they often pass those costs down to shoppers. So that would likely show up in the months ahead.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Your day. It's the Chad Benson Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Happy Friday. It's Splashdown Day here on the Chad Benson Show. 7:07 p.m. 6 hours from now.
Unless she's driving, then it'll probably be more like 8.
Probably. Although she's probably going, just pull over and ask for directions.
Shut up.
Oh, goodness me. The splashdown's coming. That is going to be awesome. I'll be watching that. What's the last time, that people tuned in? A lot of people tuned in. I was looking at the numbers, the amount of people that have been streaming for the launch, but I can't remember the last time we got excited about something like this. When it came to space, we just abandoned space. We're like, we were there. There's nothing there.
I can't remember.
No, I can't.
I'm sure it would have been one of the shuttle flights.
even then, I mean, when the Columbia blew up, I was like, I had no idea they were in space. Like, because it got to the point where it was kind of routine, you know?
Yeah.
So it was, people weren't excited about it anymore. So, because it was just like, you guys are going up there, but what are you going up there for? Because there didn't seem to be, with the space shuttle, yeah, they were doing stuff, but it didn't seem to be anything that was moving something super forward. You weren't going to the moon. You weren't building anything. You were just going up, orbiting, and then you want to show everybody you can fly back down. So,
hey, those mice paid with their lives.
They did. They paid hard with those lives, everybody, hard. Speaking of paying with lives, so Trump is, that's the president, for those of you guys who don't understand. He is vowing to completely decimate Iran. Again.
Thought we already did that.
Yeah, we did it. We did it last summer, and then we did it Wednesday night, Tuesday?
I thought we did that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was, all that stuff was happened. And tomorrow, they're supposed to have a meeting, right, a negotiation. You got Witkoff. You got Jared Kushner. You got the vice president, old JD there. And nobody's really 100% sure who's coming for, Iran. But Iran's saying, look, if they don't stop bombing Lebanon, Israel, we're not doing this. And I'm like, they just bombed a little while ago. Israel doesn't care. Israel doesn't want to get out of this. They want to finish whatever it is they have in their mind that they want to do. So here's a question. Ask yourself this. If Israel wasn't a part of any of this, do you think we would have attacked Iran? Yes or no? Do you think we'd still be in it right now? No. So, and, that seems to be the big thing with what's going on here. It's all about Israel and Lebanon.
Iran, though, is saying that Israel needs to back off these strikes on Lebanon because they are still insisting that needs to be part of this ceasefire. The president said yesterday he told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to ease off, but this is still a very critical point for the Iranians as they head into these talks in Pakistan over the weekend to reach a broader agreement to end this conflict.
And what's the broader agreement look like? I mean, because it goes back to this. We could come in and go, fine, you know what, you guys, we'll help you guys enrich uranium to a certain point where you can use it for medical, and we could come to something. And if Israel says no and they just pick it up and go again, then what? We're not just negotiating something here between us and Iran. We're having to play this game of whatever Bibi wants. And let's not forget, Sunday, Bibi's got court. Another trial.
Does he have to be there?
I would assume so, but I don't, he may cancel it. And for those of you guys who don't follow, because I have way too many, my wife says, hey, got too many subscriptions. She doesn't sound like that though. She goes, you got a lot of subscriptions. And I'm like, I know, but I subscribe to several, Middle Eastern things, newspapers and websites because I want to know what's going on all over. What is happening in Israel right now is like they are done. And it's starting to pick up. Prior to October 7th, there were not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in the street against Bibi and the Knesset that was going on right there because he wanted to change, all these rules, obviously, to benefit him and do this and do that. And they're just at the point now, they don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to live in constant, you're at school and all of a sudden, they don't. So, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. No doubt about that. Israel will not allow the war to stop. 1461. Yeah, I'm feeling the same thing. I am. I'm feeling the same thing, that he's going to keep this thing going. And if he continues to ignore Trump, how's that go? Could you imagine tomorrow if in the midst of all of this, because was it 3 weeks ago they were supposed to meet in Pakistan to start something like this? And the Pakistanis got wind that Israel was going to bomb or take out the negotiators from Iran. And Trump had to tell them to stop it. Yeah, what they've done. He's got to go back to real life if all of this stuff comes to an end. This is his final shot to do whatever it is that he wants to do. Meanwhile, look at that. I sounded like Space Ghost. Meanwhile, did you guys know that the inflation is it's up a little bit? I mean, you know.
I noticed at my gas station.
Did you?
$3.99 a gallon.
You know those little Pringles I bought today?
How much?
$3.29 for the tiny can.
That's ridiculous.
I'm like, is there heroin in there? I didn't even know.
Is there kratom in this?
No. By the way, let's reverse real quick with the whole, it's gas station heroin. It's worse than that. It's not worse than heroin.
And it's not gas station heroin. It's kratom. It's a completely different substance.
You know what's gas station heroin? Gas station heroin is gas station heroin.
I'll take things that were never said for 1,000, Alex.
And I love the fact that I didn't even know anything about this till they told me I should worry about it. So I'm going to scare you guys with it.
This one fella told me it's real dangerous.
Oh,
and I need to up my profile for an election.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. People in Bible study that I go to, we sing hymns together, and they told me that their great-great-grandson's cousin's friend's uncle got hooked on this and exploded.
This is the stuff that killed Ferris Bueller.
It turned him gay. No!
Wait a minute, Ferris Bueller died?
Yeah. You didn't know
from
that?
Kratom.
Yeah, from Kratom. That's why they didn't do a second one.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Yeah, he and what was that guy's name? The other guy?
Cameron.
Yeah, he and Cameron. In a lot of troubles.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Yeah, especially after he drew his dad's Porsche or Ferrari went right out the window.
Ferris is kicking him in the ass, and he's going, "Why'd you kick me? Where's your brain?
Yeah.
Why'd you kick me? Where's your brain?"
Yeah, the inflation sucks. I just want to let you guys know.
Couple key categories to watch here. Gas prices, of course, they're now up 40% since the start of the war. Diesel's up 51%. Jet fuel is up 70%.
Nice.
Higher transport costs are also now starting to hit groceries. So we know grocers are paying fuel surcharges. They often pass those costs down to shoppers. So keep an eye on fresh foods like produce or dairy that need to be transported quickly before they spoil.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So you're going to see stuff. We have not felt what is coming. The food side of stuff, the crunch that's going to be going on there, not just from the fertilizer and all of this stuff, but the cost of the expensive stuff is just getting to market now. So when you see that, oil's at $93, you're like, that's better than 110. That's futures market. That's what they think it's going to be out 2 weeks, a month from now. That is not the spot price. And in today's world, if you have a barrel, you could probably get $130 for it. Ooh, that's ugly.
We are not yet seeing in this report a big spike in food costs because of higher oil. We know that a lot of grocers paying fuel surcharges. They often pass those costs down to shoppers. So that would likely show up in the months ahead.
So today, inflation up, and it was up significantly. And it was going, and it's not just because of it's like, well, is it just because of the war? No, it's not, because we haven't felt that big part coming. A lot of the staple stuff is from tariffs. So you add everything up and winning. That's all I know. Winning, guys.
We need to talk more about tariffs.
Oh, God, we don't talk enough about them. Coffee tariffs, we need more of that. Please. How about that? Energy drink tariffs? Kratom tariffs?
You can't tariff an illegal substance, so that won't be tariffed for long.
You can't? They're going to make it illegal. God, that is just so...
That's government for you.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
Maybe we can make government illegal.
Oh, that would be sweet.
That'd be great. I love, that's what I love. That's what I love about our state. They love to put a hat on a hat. What was the thing they were trying to pass last week? Being illegal in Tennessee is illegal. What?
It's literally a hat on a hat.
That is a hat on a hat. That you hey, look, it's my Cabrio convertible. What? It's it's your convertible? Yeah, it goes all the way, and then there's no car. Putting a hat on a hat. I love that. We're going to make it illegal to be illegal. There you go. What do you guys think of that? High five. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So we are getting ready for the big... This should be like an Artemis party. right?
Oh, I bet you there are Artemis parties going on all over the U.S. of A today. Only we're not having one.
We're not. Well, I don't know why we're not. We should have big art. We should have got pizza for the whole crew. For the whole crew. See the way we did that? They could add those Artemis. We could have had our pizza shaped like Artemis.
I'm sure they're having some, they'll have a party at Houston. And then by the time the astronauts get there, all the good food and the cake and everything will be gone. The beers will all be drank.
They should have Artemis Pyle in Houston with...
I think he's still in jail, isn't he?
Is he?
What'd he do?
Kid touching.
Yeah, don't do that.
Really?
That's what he got thrown out of the band for.
Is he hanging out with Gary Glitter?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, God, that is crazy. Jeez. The Zaza Red was gas station heroin. What's that?
It's another one of them dangerous things we got to ban.
Zsa Zsa Gabor. Now, we could probably think about abandoning, her. You know what I mean? Zsa Zsa. Speaking of that, yesterday, Melania. Everybody's all, what do you think of the Melania? I thought it was weird.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
And even more
Something's
so
up
if he
about
didn't know
that.
about that.
Yeah. I thought it was weird. I did. I thought that was a weird thing.
That was out of the blue.
Yes. And everybody was caught off guard by it, too. And I'm like, why is she holding a press conference? She comes walking down. And I thought, it's just because what was on. And I'm like, CNN's covering it? So it's got to be something, that's something that's real. Because Fox will cover it all day. Right? But CNN's not going to. And then next thing you know, they're talking about, she's like, I do not know Jeffrey Epstein. You're like, my name is Jeff.
Well, and she was reading the entire statement.
Yeah, the entire statement. And it was just so weird. And then, of course, it leads to the conspiracy side of stuff. And then she says, they should do we should open up an investigation and have Congress have hearings and let the... and I'm like, well, if only you knew somebody who could arrange that. God. That was weird, though, right? I mean, yeah.
I thought it was, and she didn't take questions.
No.
She just read this lengthy statement.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It was just, and talk about relighting a fire, because everybody's just going, ooh, this feels a little weird. Like you're getting in front of something that you don't want us to know or kind of want us to know, maybe. And then what happens when you, like you say, you don't address it. You come out, you throw something out there, you don't really address it. And now what do you have? Well, now you've got people doing the Streisand effects where people are digging harder for stuff. And other stuff's coming out, emails.
And even more conspiracy theories.
Yeah. So just definitely a weird thing, no doubt about that. All right, coming up, Coachella is this weekend. Now, that's a concert festival, if you don't know. Now you guys are. Wait till you hear the cost to go to this thing. Oh, to be just...
I can already tell I'm not going to be shocked.
It's crazy. It is. I'm surprised compared to what it was. I went to like the first or second one, and it was. Do you want to know who was on the first or second one? It was one stage. It was Third Eye Blind, Social Distortion, and a couple others. And the dude from Third Eye Blind was dating, I think at the time, Charlize Theron. Very nice. And Mike Ness beat him up.
Why?
They got into a fight over something. It was hilarious.
On stage?
Just off the side of the stage.
Even at Mike's age, I would not want to get in a fight with him.
No, by the way, their new album, so good. Social Distortion, so Born Killers is amazing. Incredible. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about Coachella, just the cost, It's good to be in America while everybody else gets bombed. Chad Benfield, Super Talk 99.7. Omaha Steaks is incredible, and I'll tell you why it's incredible. Because the food is amazing. For all the cost of everything going up, you've got nothing to worry about with Omaha Steaks. 50% off site-wide. You're going to save massive. There's spring sales event going on, but I'm going to get you an extra $35 off at checkout, and you can go and say, all right, what's the best kind of protein they have? Omaha steaks. There's no weird stuff in it. They don't inject it with anything. It is USDA certified tender. Everything from the things like bacon wrap fillets, butcher cut top sirloin fillets, salmon fillets. How about this? Do you want, I don't know, smash burgers? They got them. Kielbasa, they got it. Jumbo Franks, all of it right there for you at a price that's not going to break the bank with a 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. So you go to omahasteaks.com. When you get there, you look around and go, I want that. They're going to get it out to you. Protein delivered right to you. Type in Benson when you check out. Get an extra $35 off at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. Use my code Ben. Save an extra $35 off at checkout. omahasteaks.com. Code Benson. See site for detail. Terms may apply.
Tennessee lawmakers moving closer to criminalizing Kratom after the House passed a bipartisan bill this week. We are now 6.5 hours, actually just 5.5 hours away from splashdown for the Artemis 2 crew. An Operation Epic Fury update coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Coachella is this weekend. You can stream it. You know how much that costs you? Nothing. It's on YouTube.
Really?
Yep. Absolutely free.
Well, I'll be.
And there's some good bands. There's some good bands, by the way. You know, the whole thought, well, it's, there's some great artists that are playing there. And the lineup is stacked. I used to like to go because I lived right near there. And to see, I only wanted to go to the side stages, and we tried to figure out, okay, who are we seeing with these 100 people that next year they're going to be on the big stage? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that happens. All right, so you've got Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, and Karol G. They're going to be closing out. So they're the headliners so you got, I think tonight is Sabrina Carpenter. Tomorrow is Justin Bieber and then Karol G, and it's the same thing next weekend. But they've got Addison Rae. She's going to be there. We're just going to give you the people that you kind of might know. David Byrne, Talking Heads.
I dig that.
He's going to be there. David Guetta is going to be there. I like him. He's pretty good at stuff. Lots of DJs, by the way. Fatboy Slim. I love Fatboy Slim. FKA Twigs. The Twigs. There's just so many, interesting artists. You've got, and usually, too, they've got several older artists that will come out and just show up and do stuff, which is awesome. So it's going to be big. Moby, weirdo. But if you want to go, you're like, I need to go. I got to get there. Well, if you got a lot of money, you can do what this lady did.
I paid $3.
Oh, by the way, not lady. This is a kind of an influencer.
How much does it cost to go to Coachella with receipts? So obviously I am not a brand-friendly influencer, so I had to pay for Coachella all on my own. And I'm going to Coachella with the entire Bop House, the assistants and stylists, so I had to get 12 tickets. We got 12 artist passes and a table at the main stage, and it ended up being $67,980. You guys know me, so obviously I booked a private jet, and a round trip to Coachella Valley cost me $37,498. We originally had an Airbnb booked way in advance for $29,000, but they canceled on us 3 days before the event, so we had to book another Airbnb, and that total was $83,375. And as I said prior, I got a stylist, and all of the clothes that she got me ended up totaling to be $5,000. So the total cost for 3 days at Coachella is $192,845.86.
It's expensive. Just a smidge. I want you to list that. So you think, well, that person's insane. Like, that's crazy. She's a bop, which means she does some adult stuff. She has a lot of money. The Strokes are going to be there. I'd like to see Teddy Swims. He's going to be there as well. Teddy's funny. He set up billboards along the way. So when you drive into Coachella, it's just this, it's Palm Springs, essentially. You drive in, and there's all these billboards because you go past all of those windmills and stuff, and then they have these billboards. He's got hilarious billboards up about himself, which is funny. But if you're just going to go stay at a regular Motel 6 or La Quinta, I wonder what that would cost.
We need a hotel, right? Because I can't stay in the desert. Hey, how much do you think a 3-night stay is at a hotel? Can we think? I know it's gonna be expensive. It's Coachella season, high traffic. I'm prepared. Okay. I go to look up a hotel that I've stayed at before. 3 nights. What's your guess? What's your guess? Hi, $9,000. Do you got it? Pre-tax. Yeah. Okay. What about La Quinta Inn, the little corner La Quinta Inn? Yeah, $6,000. Oh.
$6,000 for 3 nights at the La Quinta Inn.
Wow.
The La Quinta Inn. I know where the La Quinta Inn. It ain't $6,000 for 3 nights. For $6,000 during the rest of the year, you can live there. They may allow you to own it. I don't know. It's insane. Hey, yesterday we were talking about the Olympics, and I got it wrong. It's not $53 for the service fee for the tickets. It's 24% of whatever the face value of the ticket is.
Goodness.
So if it's $1,000, $240 for the service fee. Is that crazy? Yeah, people are not happy in LA about that. So I was telling him, Bell, that it's 24%. It's not $53 per ticket for the service fee for the Olympics. It's 24% of whatever the face value of the ticket is.
It amazes me the constant complaining about ticket prices that goes on, and it never the issues don't get solved.
Yeah. And, well, this one has nothing to do with Ticketmaster or any of that stuff. This is the city and the Olympic Committee.
So government's now part of the problem.
Governments become what they sue against. Here's one more from Coachella. And, guys, I'm going to tell you what it looks like afterwards, because this is how crazy people are at Coachella.
I paid $3,000 for a stylist to help me with my Coachella outfits, and before you come for me, I thought I would show you what my day 2 outfit looks like. For some context, I've been to Coachella a ton of times, and I've never really had any really good outfits, so this year I'm going all out. I told the stylist for day 2 I wanted something casual, but also really unexpected with a pop of color, so I'll show you. So this is day 2, and before you go crazy, let me explain, okay? So this is a thick white t-shirt. This is kind of where the unexpected thing happens, because I don't see a lot of people wearing pants.
He's wearing jeans, regular old jeans.
To Coachella. These are kind of vintage Reeboks. I was told You take a bandana like this, and you kind of tie it around your waist like that. Look, how cool is that?
You paid $3,000 for that. And by the way, I'm going to give you a little hint, dude. In Palm Springs, don't have a bandana around your waist. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. And it's not because of gangsters. It's because of Lindsey Graham's.
Maybe he's okay with that.
He was wearing a white T-shirt with regular like blue jeans and Reeboks that you look like you could buy at a Goodwill. And he paid $3,000 for that. He probably pays $5,000 a month for his pet psychic.
He paid $3,000 for the consultation. He had to pay extra for the clothes.
Yeah. Just insane. All right, coming up. Snakes. What? We'll talk about it straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. And Tennessee lawmakers getting closer to criminalizing Kratom after the state house passed a bipartisan bill this week. News 2 says this is East Ridge Republican State Rep Esther Helton Haynes who proposed the legislation.
This bill addresses the growing public health and safety concerns surrounding Kratom, often marketed as a natural supplement. But natural does not equal safe.
Yeah, this legislation, known as Matthew Davenport's Law, named after a Chattanooga man who died after using Kratom along with prescription medication. Critics of this legislation say Kratom helps people kick opioid and alcohol addiction, and the legislation is just going to put them right back on it. 7.5 hours away from splashdown for the Artemis II crew, retired astronaut Susan Kilrain telling ABC News the crew will have to get their bearings of Earth and then they need to hydrate.
You're dehydrated, but they do everything they can to rehydrate before you come down, and that just keeps you from getting faint when you get back to Earth, and then you'll continue rehydrating over the next few days.
By the way, correction, splashdown is now 5.5 hours away in the Pacific near San Diego, set for 7:07 Middle Tennessee time. Operation Epic Fury. Iran says it's going to pull out of U.S. peace talks if Israel doesn't stop bombing Lebanon. Members of the Trump administration on their way to Islamabad for talks with Iran this weekend. We get more from ABC's Karen Travers at the White House.
The president said that Iran is doing a, quote, very poor job. He said it was dishonorable and said that this is not the agreement we have. Now, that doesn't mean that he says the ceasefire has fallen apart, but certainly a message of warning and pressure on Iran.
And in New York City, top Democrats meeting at a conference run by the National Action Network, founded by Reverend Al Sharpton, former 2024 presidential candidate Kamala Harris, telling Sharpton she's thinking about another run.
Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Our friends at Beacon Capital Management would love to talk to you. It's getting close to that tax time. Do you know what you're doing? Are you thinking to yourself, maybe you already started working with somebody. They're not doing enough. There's one big, beautiful bill. Call Beacon today. Squeeze you in and show you what they can do when it comes to taxes. Dollars and cents, your retirement. Do not want to outlive your retirement. You see people that, they think they've got enough and they don't plan the right way. And the next thing you know, they put themselves in positions where they have to start thinking about or cutting back. Same thing with long-term care, health insurance, estate planning. Beacon can help you with all of those things. So get a free, personalized financial consultation today. It's not going to cost you anything but a phone call. 615-488-9303. 488-9303. Just go over there, have a chat with them. Maybe you need one of these things. Maybe you'd like to talk about all of these things moving forward. Beacon can help you with that. 615-488-9303. Check them out online at Beacon Capital Management, beaconcm.com, beaconcm.com. This is a paid placement. Getting ready for the splashdown. Artemis flying to the ground. No, in the water. What you gonna do? Artemis, we're looking for you.
They're telling everybody to be careful of debris.
Oh.
Debris could fall. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of people out there on the coast gathering, waiting for a glimpse.
Absolutely. What does my son say? Was Artemis. I'm like, dude, you live in San Diego? He goes, because Dad, they don't even know what they're teaching us at school. Wouldn't matter anyways. I'm not paying attention. I go, what'd you do yesterday at school? He goes, Dad, I was watching the Masters the whole day. I'm like, solid. You're doing good. You're doing good.
That's my boy.
Proud of you.
He showed up late, and that was when they were teaching about Artemis.
Yeah.
When he wasn't there.
His mom's like, oh, he was, blah, 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 blah at school yesterday and stuff. He was watching the Masters. I'm like, kid's got priorities. He knows where his bread is buttered.
Hey, Matt took 2 days off to watch him.
Yeah.
I mean,
He did,
same
man.
difference.
Yeah. His mom's like, but what if he wants to go to college one day? I said, well, I don't know if you're aware of this, but he can hit a golf ball at, 15, like 310 yards. People are like, well, you know what, Jim? He can't read, but I tell you what, he can sure hit a golf ball. His grades are good. He's just he's just a 15-year-old boy. That's it. I don't know if you're aware of this. When I was 15, I didn't know what's going on.
He is his father's son.
He is. I mean, he doesn't. He's riding around on his bike all day.
Yeah.
Playing hockey.
He's being a kid.
Playing golf. He's living the true life. He plays golf. His high school golf team plays at Torrey Pines.
Is that a big course?
That's huge. It is. He'll text me. He's like, do you know what's funny, Dad? The other course we play at is even better than this. And I'm like, what?
Is that where they do class?
No, that's where his high school. Yeah, they go practice over there. Yeah.
But okay, so that's the sport extracurricular stuff.
The extracurriculars. You know about sports ball.
Golf should be a course you can take.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You know about sports ball.
Yeah, shooty hoops.
Shooty hoops.
Shooty hoops.
Name of best. By the way, somebody sent us a picture of a tuna of a boat, and it was named Hawk Tuna.
Oh no.
Yeah. Throw some fish on that thing. That's a Hawk Tuna girl. You guys remember her? Woo! Are we going to be able to hear the sonic boom? Ooh.
Not all the way over here.
Yeah. They probably will. I would assume.
Folks over there on the beach?
Yeah, on the beach hanging out,
I
right?
think they would, yeah.
It's going to be cool. It's gotta
I
be
was
cool.
living just north of Orlando when the shuttle landed in at Cape Canaveral one time, and I heard the sonic boom up there. And that was
really?
Yeah, I mean, what's the drive time between Orlando and Cape Canaveral?
It's a decent amount.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not 30 minutes longer than 30 minutes. I mean, yeah. Well, because they could re-enter over Montana and end up in the ocean that fast because of how fast they're going.
Right.
So it's going to be crazy, though. So that's going to happen today. In a few hours, the world will be watching. The world will be watching. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this. How many people do you think die of snakes every year? What do you think?
1,000?
I'm talking worldwide.
Oh, okay. So 12,000?
Okay. Ken, throw it out there.
What's that again?
How many people do you think die of snake bites every year?
I'm going to say 12,001.
12,000.
Most of them in India or Australia.
150,000 people.
Wow. That's a lot.
win.
Yeah. 400,000. 5.5 million venomous snake bites a year.
I wouldn't. I
Rat
didn't know
bastard
that.
Price is Right.
Yeah. So I want you guys to think about that. That's insane, right? So we're talking about, those numbers are crazy. So on top of all of that, about 10% of the people that get bit lose their limbs in some way, shape, or form, whether it's an arm or leg, because of necrosis. Once it bites, the flesh starts dying, and it's nasty. It is. There's a guy in Wisconsin who, for the last 18 plus years, now he's taken a year or so off of doing it, and he's a reptile collector. He has decided, you know what, I'm going to start figuring out if I can build up some antibodies to this. So he would take some of the world's deadliest snakes and do this.
Black mamba.
It bites him and injects venom into him. And he's been doing this for, again, 18 years. And the reason is because when you are a big collector like this, now he doesn't have kids, or I think he's divorced and his wife has the kids, but I won't have venomous anymore because I have Charlie and stuff. And it's just, when I was younger, I'd pretty much had everything you should and shouldn't have. But because you think you're going to live forever and whatnot. But he wanted to do it because he just wanted the antivenom.
The reason behind it is I didn't want to die from snake bite. I didn't want to use antivenom. I didn't want to lose a finger. Very painful.
Yeah, very painful.
I bet that hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, on top of it. So he's over 200 bites is what he has taken. And he's almost died a few times at first because the way it works is antivenom's a very odd thing. A lot of times, especially in these small, these countries, you've got 1.4 billion people in India. Guess what? 1.2 billion live in poverty out in the middle of godforsaken nowhere. And you know what happens? You get bit. And you're 200 miles away from anything. Think about that. You're not getting anywhere.
No.
So now he's like, okay, let's try to do something. And he was putting this stuff online. He was talking about it for years. And finally, some dude says, hey, you know what? I think we can do something.
I was like, look, I would love to get my hands on some of your blood. And then his answer to me was, yeah, I've been expecting this call for a long time.
Mm-hmm. So think about the craziness of this. They think, no, we're not going to build up, because antivenom is so hard to make. Because I've gone and watched them make it. Because, again, I've had everything. You have to milk a snake several snakes for weeks and months at times. Then what you do is you take it and then they slowly administer it to horses, which builds up antibodies, which then becomes that. So each vial, like here in America, this is the crazy thing. In America, it may cost $200 for the antivenom. For the treatment, $20,000. Oh.
It's not like they just give you a shot. I mean, if you've been envenomated bad enough, they could go through vials and vials of the stuff.
Yeah. So and the other thing is too, a lot of times they don't. So you get bit by something, right? And you're not quite sure what it is. Well, especially for some of these collectors, it's regional and continent, and like the continent. So if you get bit by something in Africa and they don't really know what it is, they can say, okay, a vast majority of the snakes in this area kind of have similar venom, and we can give it to you. This isn't the anti-venom. What they think they're going to be able to do with his stuff is they're going to be able to make almost a vaccination with his antibodies.
Interesting.
So, which would be awesome. So they're going to try it out this year in Australia with pets, because Australia, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, they got a lot of deadly things because everything in Australia can kill you. So they've got the deadliest land snakes on the planet Australia. The deadliest snake in the world is a sawtooth viper, which really is not.
That's Australian?
No, that's in India and Asia. But the problem with that one, like the deadliest one that's out there is probably a taipan, and the one that's in Australia, the one that the people talk about, it's nowhere near human beings. Doesn't see anybody, doesn't want to get around anybody, and so the chances of you seeing it even in the wild, you'd have to really look for it. And it's, a lot of these things, there's some, like the mamba, which is like number 2 or 3. It doesn't want anything to do with you, by the way.
Where's the gaboon viper fit in?
The mamba will chase you and hunt you down. The gaboon viper fits in because of how much it delivers. Its fangs are long and it delivers a punch.
And it's got a big head, so that it's got a lot of venom glands are big too.
Yeah, but it's not in the top. It's not in the top 5. And again, another thing that people don't see are some of these snakes. So when you get these things like the taipan, the eastern brown, which is really bad, but the saw-scaled viper, it looks like leaves, and guess what? It's around a whole bunch of people all the time in villages. And think about if you're in India or some of these places, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, you're in a village. You don't wear shoes. You're walking around. And
you may not even have shoes.
You may not even have shoes. So it's crazy. The deadliest snake, though, on the planet, if you were going to go just purely by venom and what could do, is the Belcher sea snake. Guess what? Friendly.
They don't give a crap about humans.
Curious.
You have to mess with them to get them to bite you.
And the people that have been bitten, all dry bites. They'll even bite you and not inject venom into you, which is crazy. But that guy didn't try this because first of all, very few. But when you go, you go snorkeling and scuba diving, you'll see sea snakes. People have no idea how dangerous they are. They're curious and they have very little fear. And you can hold them, walk them. They're not going to bite you. They're not interested in that. It's crazy. But this guy.
Go ahead.
What did you say?
Did you say a black mamba will chase you?
Yeah, they'll chase you. The mambas will chase you.
It says for short distances, they can go 13 miles per hour.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they are able to open doors.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
But you know what they do? They will jump out of trees onto you if they need to. They're not afraid of you.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, they'll chase you down. They're not afraid of, and so it's crazy. There's a guy, Bill Haast. We were talking about him yesterday. He was at the Serpentarium in Florida. He survived 200 bites, but he did for years. He would inject a little bit of venom all the time into his body, not do what this guy did. And he also lived to be 100, and he never sick a day in his life.
Incredible.
Yeah. So they studied him as well.
He built up a natural immunity because of the injections.
Yeah. Cocaine cobra. Cocaine.
Oh, that's the next in the series. Good call, TB.
Yeah, that is cocaine cobra. That's a good one. Your spicy noodle. That's what they call venomous ones, spicy noodles. Coming up, who knows what? It'll be fun. I promise you that. A lot of other good stuff to get to. Yes, we will talk about Iran probably later. Inflation, maybe. Who knows what else we'll talk about. But we're also going to talk about the war of MAGA. It's kind of funny. I normally don't follow it because I think it's stupid, but it's kind of funny this time. We'll talk a little bit about it. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Bulwark Capital, guys, wants to do something for you, give you a free risk review when it comes to your portfolio. It's absolutely free. They're going to go through all the things they do at Bulwark Capital, why they've been, because I think a lot of people, once again, think, okay, they're going to stick in we'll stick in the text, we'll stick in a mutual fund, and away you go. That's not the way it works, right? How do they protect you? It's about lowering risk, lowering costs, lowering the volatility, but then going, okay, where do we think money's going to be headed? Is it going to be actually in stuff? They own mines. They own things that you're just like, what? Why? Because they do due diligence. This is what it's all about. How can they get you the most upside when it comes to investing? So this is what I want you to do. Check them out. All right. They're called Bulwark Capital. They're up 63% since last January. And just this month, they're up to about 17%. And they're doing okay. Why? Because oil. They thought, we got ahead of it. It wasn't that hard to do. So I want you to absolutely free risk review with them. And you go to knowyourriskportfolio.com, knowyourriskportfolio.com, or check them out at Bulwark Capital. You can go to bulwarkcapital.com and just check them out. Tell them I sent you. They're amazing. You will not be disappointed. Investment advisors are offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guarantee future results. Check 2647.
Legislation is advancing in the General Assembly that criminalizes Kratom. That story and more coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Somebody's all. Did you watch Ricky Tikki Tavi when you were a kid? Remember that?
I never did watch that.
It's about these kids. They live with these British kids whose parents lived in India. And in India, because they were there, of course, because it was a colony. And it was a cartoon. And Ricky Tikki Tavi was this mongoose. And there was this horrible, giant cobra that was going to get the kids. And Ricky saved him.
Way to go, little Ricky.
Hey, Ken.
Yes, sir.
I think you need to start using some of these politicians for your nincompoops in the news segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So.
And knowing Murphy's feelings on government and politicians, he probably let you win a lot.
Probably on that one. So, but I'm going to ruin everybody's Ricky Tikki Tavi, so you don't want to have it ruined if you want to watch it. Mongoose, for the most part, even if they get
That used to come on like annually, and it was like appointment TV viewing. It was like you watch Wizard of Oz, you watch Ricky Tikki Tavi, and you watch the animated Christmas specials that came on, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All those things, yeah. Well, as I got older and I had cobras and all kinds of stuff like that, I realized guess what, mongoose? Yeah, they build up a immunity. They get bit even, and they'll pass out, but they won't die 99% of the time.
Interesting.
So when you're a kid, you're like, I hope Ricky doesn't get bit. Now you're like, who gives a rat's ass? Ricky's going to kill him. It doesn't matter. If he gets bit, he's just going to pass out and wake up stoned.
Honey badgers do the same thing.
Yeah, honey badgers are awesome. Honey badgers are phenomenal.
They don't give. Never mind.
They don't what?
They don't give a.
They don't. There are very few animals in the planet. You know why? Because they're one of the few animals that have they don't understand fear. Fear is not part of their world.
I'll say it for you, Brother Bilal. They don't give a rat's buttocks.
That's correct.
I've seen video of a honey badger taking on an elephant.
Yeah. By the way, the honey badgers, all of the stuff, the claws, they're ferocious, all that stuff, and their fur is so thick that even if they get bit by a lion, chances of them getting all the way through is very slim to none.
Interesting.
But an elephant stepping on anything will kill it.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. It's not made of steel.
But when they're fighting them, when the honey badger is angered, it's just like he's thinking, okay, you may be the heavyweight champ, but I'm not putting up with your crap.
I'll take you on. The elephant's like, are we really doing this? Like, this is silly. But I've watched honey badgers. I've watched they've taken on everything. There is a report that a honey badger went into a polar bear enclosure and killed the polar bear.
Goodness.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That's insane. Insane. Good God. Speaking of insane, we got another hour of fun and frivolity. Because that's all we do here, kids, on a Friday and on a Monday and every single day. So get ready for it. It's coming straight ahead right after Ken's news and all that other stuff. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. A bill to criminalize Kratom is advancing in the Tennessee General Assembly. It's passed the full House, goes next to the state Senate. Lawmakers claim Kratom poses serious health risks and is being linked to overdose deaths in the state. But opponents like Ryan Holding, who owns Kava Lounge in Nashville, which sells Kratom, argue it helps people kick opioid and alcohol addiction.
What happens is it goes to black market and people are receiving dangerous products. Natural Kratom, if it's from a good place, it's been tested. It's making sure that it's natural. It's making sure that there aren't dangerous things in it. All of that goes away because the places are no longer able to safely and legally provide it.
So fiscal analysis for the Kratom ban bill estimates less than 1% of Tennessee adults used it in the past year. That equals about 38,385 adult users statewide. It is 5 hours to splash down for NASA's Artemis 2 crew aboard the Orion spacecraft. They woke up today to Zach Brown. Free as we'll ever be. Splashdown set for 7:07 Middle Tennessee time. Here's Jacqueline Lee.
So excited up and down here along the ocean. There have been a lot of people being like, we can't wait to look out at the water and hopefully try to see something. But the thing is, NASA's saying because of where the capsule is going to land, which is going to be potentially hundreds of miles off the coast, we probably won't see anything. But they are saying to people they don't want them to be crowding around too much because there will be possible debris that will be flying as a result of the splashdown.
Operation Epic Fury. Members of the Trump administration on their way to Islamabad for talks with Iran this weekend, but Iran threatening to withdraw unless Israel stops bombing Lebanon. Here's Karen Travers.
The president writing that the Iranians don't seem to realize they have no cards other than a short-term extortion of the world by using international waterways, of course referring to the Strait of Hormuz, which is not fully reopened at this point. The president saying the only reason they're alive today is to negotiate, and the president later saying that they're better at public relations than they are at fighting.
And today the government's main inflation gauge showed inflation thanks to the energy prices that have spiked during the Iran war are at their highest level in 4 years. We get more from ABC's Elizabeth Schultze, who says the rise in transportation costs have trickled down to the consumer.
While eggs are down in the past year, staples like ground beef up 15%, lettuce up 15%, coffee up 18%. That's in part because of tariffs. So Moody's Analytics says inflation already costing the typical household an extra $170 per month compared to last year. Oil at this level for 1 year is going to add on another $1,400 in gas and diesel costs.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Happy Friday. Splash down 4 hours and counting when the Artemis arrives. And as you heard Ken say, watch out for debris. What if something falls? Do I get to keep it? Is it like Major League Baseball, foul ball?
Well, as long as you don't tell them you have it.
Okay. See, well, I don't like that.
Because people were collecting pieces of the Columbia, and they kept mouthing off that they had found one, and the government would go,
"Oh yeah,
we need that back."
I wouldn't do that, right? Because that's morbid. I don't want that. That's morbid.
I found an arm. Do I get to keep it?
No. You know what's weird? Do you know that they used to use recycled parts from other plane crashes in other planes?
That doesn't surprise me with the cost of
the hell's wrong with you? Like that, this wouldn't go somewhere, so let's just not go with that.
You know, if the wheel still works, why not?
And there's a great ghost story out about one of the planes that was supposedly haunted after another big crash had happened, and they recycled some of that. But it was, I thought, some fall. I don't know what's going to fall. I don't know what kind of debris we're looking for. Didn't really say. But, you'd keep it.
Bodies.
Not when the bodies hit the water, which is going to happen, but they're going to be inside of the capsule. Unless, of course, I want to see how the flat earthers square this today. I want to see how they, square that circle, guys. Watch it, because they're going to live stream it. There's a bunch of them that live stream it. I want to see how they go, oh, yeah, this is why this happens, and this is fake, and this is...
They just dropped it out of a plane, and then it opened its parachutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
What about all the scorching on the heat shield? Well, they took a blowtorch.
But I'm trying to think, well, I guess some of the heat shields things might fall off. I don't know what do you think could...
The heat shield is for
the tiles, not the heat shield, but the tile stuff. Some of those things, debris may come off
that would be on the sides of the ship, and that's much less likely to cause an issue versus what's under the ship.
What's under the ship?
The heat shield is under the ship, because that's the most prone to damage.
But as far as debris, what do you think would come off of it?
I don't know, maybe a parachute.
Oh, that's not good. Man, it would totally suck if you did all this and then the parachutes didn't work.
Or you did all this and then one of them didn't open, and
instead of 20 miles an hour, you hit it at 45 miles an hour. It is they're gonna re-enter today at 25,000 miles an hour, and then the great slowdown. That's just like on airplanes, takeoff, landings. These are the most dangerous things, but this one is because they can maneuver a little bit, but there's no hit reverse.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a slight amount of control, but it is slight.
It's basically left, right.
Yeah.
There's no fire the engine.
There's no up or down.
No.
You're going down, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah. This is the gravity thing. So they're going to get 4 Gs, they say, give or take, on this.
Well, that's like half of what a fighter pilot deals
but
with.
the fighter pilot, it's because people even though this flies way faster than the fighter pilot, the difference is they're going straight. Fighter pilots go left, right, up, down, all this. They're going constantly straight.
Yeah, they're constantly weaving and bobbing and all that stuff.
And your body wants to go straight when you turn left at 1,000 miles an hour, whatever it is.
I had a teacher in high school who had been in the Air Force, and he was talking about the processes that he went through as they're teaching him to fly, the planes. And one of them is to learn, instrument flying. And he said that his instructor took him up and banked so hard that it slammed his head against the inside of the cockpit. And he was so dizzy that all he could do was look at the instruments and do what the instruments were saying, which was the whole point of the exercise. Yeah, because his head's leaning this way because his inner ear is so screwed up that he can't straighten it out, and he's just looking down at the controls and the instruments and flying it that way.
Were they spies like us or whatever? Where they put them inside the thing and they spun them around?
The centrifuge.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. They use that at NASA.
Yeah, they do. But that's got to be the rush, though, man. And they say when they get down, their arms feel, their arms and legs and everything, it just feels like it's because they were just in weightlessness. It's like 500 pounds is what your arms feel. 500 pounds. I can't even do that. So, yeah, I don't know what the debris would be that, but I don't know, like you said, if you do catch some, don't tell anybody.
I would bet money that she's chucking the dishes out the window so that she doesn't have to wash
all
them
the
when
sandwiches
she gets back.
she didn't make.
Just kidding, ladies.
Oh, are you though? Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I know. You're not really that way, but I'm pumped about it. So I can't wait. So it's gonna happen at 6:07 our time, and they're
7:07.
Oh, 7:07.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I thought that was East Coast.
Nope.
Oh,
so it's 8:07 East Coast.
8:07 East Coast.
Okay.
The confusion. Just we should just
Well,
have.
that's 5:07 West Coast.
Yeah, that's right. So it's going to be cool. I'm pumped about it. I was looking on one of the cameras, in San Diego, like on one of the piers. There's all these people out there. And 60 miles, they think it's going to be about 60 miles out. And they've got Navy's 1st Air Force. So they call all ready to roll. They got the choppers, Coast Guard, and anything else that, that you can think of. It's going to be out there. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's for some of you already saying they didn't go to space. They didn't. They didn't go to space. Oh! You libtards are retarded, believe in this crap. So am I libtard or am I retarded? I can't be both.
You're libtarded.
That's 6 times I've been called that in the last 24 hours. Setting a record. Setting a record.
Another conservative who doesn't believe in science.
That's it. Science is stupid. Of course Jesus rode around on a Brontosaurus Rex. You ever seen that shirt?
No.
Jesus is on he's on a dinosaur. It's just like he's getting ready to ride it. It's hilarious. I'm trying to get it from eBay. I don't know if you've ever seen, there's a play set, like in these other countries, they make these weird play sets that they don't know what they are. And it's Jesus versus Godzilla. And it's a little Jesus, and it's a whole play set with Godzilla.
And one of those little bitty Jesuses?
Yeah, and it used to be on like Temu or something for like $1.99. Now they're like $75 on eBay.
Wow.
Because they're hilarious. Libtard. God. Way to come up with something new there. Wait, Bezos' wife went to space, but not Artemis? That's what some people are saying. And they didn't go to space. They went to the edge. I think the guy that jumped out of off the balloon, that guy.
Yeah, he was higher than Bezos' ship goes.
Yeah.
I think I was watching a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said if you took a standard-sized globe that would be in like a classroom.
Yeah, which should be flat. I think we all know that. If you see my globe is flat.
But if you took that standard-sized globe and you wanted to represent how far off the ground they went, you would take 2 dimes and set it on the globe. And that's the distance they went up.
Oh, the little rocket ships?
Yeah.
I call them little. His giant, what is that? It looks like a wiener.
Space wieners.
Phallic one, are you ready? It is so true if you guys have never seen it. But that's way higher than the average person has ever gone, even an airplane.
Well, true, but it's not like these guys.
They didn't go to space.
These guys went to the moon. I don't care what any of you that deny or say. They went to the moon.
Yeah.
And they even set a record doing it. So that is a true space travel trip. What you get out of Bezos is a suborbital kind of joyride.
Yeah, I mean, you get an awesome rush that most people will never get.
And you just get to feel weightlessness a little bit.
You get to feel weightlessness. Although, you know what? You could have done the same thing in...
the vomit comet?
The vomit comet. That's right. That's what I can't even imagine filming like that. For those of you guys who don't know, Apollo 13, they would go up with like 60,000, 70,000 feet, and then they would just free fall down, which made everybody weightless. And they would shoot in like 10-second intervals.
Yeah, they would because you got to have the effect of the guys floating, so they're trying to shoot it while they have that time, and the guys are having to hit their marks and their lines and everything. So God knows how many takes it took to get each shot.
God, that had to be just exhausting. Because I know that at first there was lots of vomit.
And your body adjusts to it after a while.
Yeah, it does. But, what was it? Tom Cruise wants to actually go to space to do a movie, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's up there looking for Thetans.
Thetans. He's going up there to fight the Thetans.
Xenu has returned.
Right.
I must go to the moon and bomb him.
Yeah, they're like, watch out, guys. Here comes the space Mormons. Xenu. Oh, they listen and get mad at us. I'm just waiting for the knock at the door.
Who cares?
I know. We don't care.
I'm actually more concerned about offending Mormons than I am offending space Mormons.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, especially since you told me you tried to steal the magic glasses.
Magic underwear.
And they have the glasses where you got to be able to see the gold plates.
Oh.
Yeah, and the magic underwear. You're always going to get somebody on the text line and goes, I knew a friend who had the magic underwear that saved their life from a bullet. That's okay.
Oh, I don't point too many guns at my crotch, so.
Yeah. No, I don't either. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Not anymore. Do you remember that? What was that movie with Tom Savini? It was the vampire movie that with Clooney and Robert Rodriguez.
Dust to
Yeah.
Dawn.
Do you remember Tom Savini had the cup gun?
Yes.
Yeah, where he pulled it and the little out of it was like a cup and it would pop up a gun.
I remember Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she was so. That's really the first time we got to see who she was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was incredible.
And we can't forget her.
No.
The one thing I remember about that movie that stands out the most is how creepy Quentin's character was, because he was a pervert.
He was not only a pervert, he was a psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was God, what was her name? There was Harvey Keitel, there was Juliette Lewis. Is that her name? Yeah.
Was she in that?
Yeah. She was the sister.
Well,
and then there was
yeah.
And there was an Asian kid who never acted again. That was that was crazy. I love that. Oh, Lord, so much stuff going on today. So what are we going to do? A little Finally Friday, and then coming up, we're going to have fun with the MAGA on MAGA crime, because you're not MAGA enough, or you're too MAGA, or you're not. It's funny. We're going to have some fun with that. Because you know what? That's what we do, kids. We try to do, and maybe we'll talk about inflation. It sucks, and it's going to get worse. And no, we shouldn't have been in this war. And no, Iran wasn't going to blow us up at any time. Just, goodness
the people that think they were actually going to use a nuclear war don't realize that if they did that with one anywhere, that would end the existence of that country, because there would be retaliation. What's the word? Mutually assured destruction is not just between Russia and the U.S.
Except the
Russia,
difference is it wouldn't be mutual. Because what are you going to do? You're going to blow up some place in New York where you only have a dirty bomb? Or you're going to hit Belgium or somewhere like that where you kill 20,000 people and then all of a sudden the entire world evaporates your nation and turns it into glass?
They launch one nuke and their country's gone.
Yeah, gone. Bye. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So, but we'll talk about that. Got Finally Friday sounds, and yes, the MAGA on MAGA stuff is kind of funny. I'm not going to lie to you. It makes me laugh. And I usually don't get into any of this stuff because I don't care, because it's not fun. But this is kind of funny. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor. It's amazing. I take it every day. Simple taking in the mornings. Not addictive. It's natural. Omega-3 fatty acids. Resveratrol. It's got Carin. It's got this stuff called black pepper extract, which helps your body absorb this stuff better, which is what you want. It is incredible. And why is that? Because aches and pains in my joints and muscles. Inflammation. We don't always eat good. That doesn't help. And the other thing is you get a little older, right? Stuff that used to be easy becomes a little harder. You're sore. And guess what? This helps you not be sore. Helps you recover faster, feel better longer. It's awesome. I want you to try a 3-week quick start bag. It's less than $20. All right? They're going to lose money on it, but the whole thing is they know they're going to show you, hey, this works, and you guys are going to feel the difference. And I know you are. So try it now. Go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com. Or call 800, the number 4 relief. 800, the number 4 relief for Relief Factor. Tell them Chad sent you. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling presents Spring Breathe Easy Package, designed to help homeowners like you, me, and everybody else get that dust out of it, allergens, pet dander. Before summer heat arrives, you turn it on. Next thing you're like, achoo, achoo, achoo. You don't want that. All right, so what do they have? AC tune-up. These packages are amazing. Professional indoor air quality checks. They're going to make sure your family breathes easy and healthy. All right, so check this out. Duct inspection, quack, quack. Premium air duct cleaning, absolutely. They're going to remove the debris and all that stuff inside your system. But that's not all. Busy Bee is going to install whole home germicidal system to help you reduce airborne contaminants with premium service. You're going to get bonus unit fog deodorizer. Your house is going to smell fresh, clean. Normally, the 1.5 to 3 ton system, that package is $1,800, $1,199, right? 3.5 to 5 ton, normally $2,100. $1,599. Call Busy Bee today, 615-775-7833, or visit busybhvac.com today.
Tennessee lawmakers getting closer to banning Kratom in the state. And we are now just about 4.5 hours to splash down for NASA's Artemis 2 crew. We'll give you a preview of that coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
All righty. Every Friday, we take a listen back to the chaos and the craziness. We always say, man, I can't believe this was a week. This has been one of those weeks where it's, even for me, who gets up and sometimes never sleeps, chaos and craziness. And some stuff feels like it's been months, not weeks.
She, stopped on the track specifically and then didn't move whenever we were all yelling train.
At what point do we say, you all... What was that train story?
And there's no sign of that little Kittner boy.
No sign of that. Do you think I'm going to let you do a half-ass autopsy on a fish and see that Kittner boy spill out all? Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. By the way, 4 hours, 39 minutes, still splashdown. Currently, velocity is 7,000-ish miles an hour. So they are flying. They're about 40,000 miles from Earth, the final frontier. Well, Earth is truly the final frontier because we haven't gone down and looked in the ocean.
Not yet.
Not
Which,
yet.
I don't know why we're not.
James Cameron did.
Unless we are.
Well, if you listen to our buddy old Burchett there, dadgummit, there's some things down there.
Dadgummit.
You know what took so long to get the Avatar sequels?
What?
He was busy going down in the ocean.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he did a better job than those people that went
You ain't
going to see
kidding.
the Titanic.
I can't believe those people did that, man.
I know.
That still amazes me.
I know. You think that their families gave him a 1-star on the Yelp?
Yeah. Are we sure this is safe? Oh, yeah.
That the story that just absolutely crushed me was the 16 or 17-year-old boy went on because the family, they're Indian, so there's that pressure of a boy to be a man kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he told his mom and his sister he didn't want to do it. He was terrified. And
terrible.
And that was, the rest
Well,
of...
I bet they feel guilty now.
Yeah, the rest of you paid a lot of money to go, to go on. And the minute I would sit in there and see somebody with an Atari or whatever he had,
It was like an Atari joystick.
Yeah, the minute I saw that, I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Right? No chance. No way. So, all right, coming up, guys. Yeah, we're going to talk on MAGA crime. What's going on, everybody? We'll talk a little bit about that. We got inflation. Will there or won't there be? I don't know. Ceasefire. How about a Caesar salad fire? You can go for one of those right now.
Is that one with hot sauce?
Mm-hmm. By the way, just to let you guys know, I didn't have any peanut butter today. I didn't have any. And I am jonesing for some right now. I am seriously going, man, I could go for some peanut butter right now. The struggle is real, kids. I should get myself some Kratom.
Yeah.
Get me off the peanut butter.
Get you off the peanut butter, dude.
Oh, man. What you good to go peanut butter? Did some Kratom. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Saber Talk 99.7.
.2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. And right now in Tennessee, a bill that makes it illegal to sell or possess Kratom has cleared the House with bipartisan support. Next up, the Senate. Critics argue Kratom's used by people with chronic pain or those trying to kick pill and booze addiction, and banning it could push them right back. Kava Lounge owner Ryan Holding tells News 2 businesses like his sell tested regulated Kratom, but if this bill becomes law, that all goes away, as well as that safer option.
We agree 708 should be illegal. We want them to make a change to the House bill and the Senate bill to make sure that that is what they're focusing on. Take the natural Kratom out, and they're going to be saving lives.
708 occurs naturally in very small amounts in the Kratom leaf and acts on opioid receptors. 4.5 hours to splash down for NASA's Artemis 2 crew aboard the Orion spacecraft. They woke up today to Zach Brown. Retired astronaut Susan Kilrain telling ABC News the capsule's going to be tracked the entire way down, so recovery can happen quickly.
They're going to do the burn that's just to more narrow down the targeting place of splashdown so that the Navy assets can be in place. They don't want to have to motor for 30 minutes to find them. They want them to be right there.
ETA off the coast of San Diego, 7:07 Middle Tennessee time. Operation Epic Fury. Members of the Trump administration on their way to Islamabad for talks with Iran this weekend. Here's ABC's Karen Travers, who says Vice President J.D. Vance leading the negotiations.
He also, in an interview today, said that the vice president has nothing to prove, but this is a very big thing for the vice president to be leading this, very much at stake now in these conversations tomorrow in Pakistan.
Talking about President Trump there. And although Iran has said they have held off on strikes since the ceasefire began, they are warning that the ceasefire will not hold if Israel keeps attacking Lebanon. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
This portion of the program is brought to you by NCA National Certified Alarm. No long-term contracts. License number 645. Inflation is up. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Can you feel it? It's up, up, and away. You know, inflation's so high, it's just past the Artemis. Come on now. Yeah, and it's going to get worse.
It's not that bad. I'm only paying $3.99 a gallon.
Did you see how they tried to spin it today? Well, core inflation is okay. Oh, where you take out food, fuel, out like all the stuff. If you're buying socks, it's not bad.
If you're trying to eat, nah, not so good.
Even today on Fox, which I don't watch, but I saw, like, Stuart Varney was talking to Hassett, you know, that little nerd, and he was smiling. He's like, things are good, you know, doing his thing, and and Varney's like, of course you're smiling. Just, come on. Oh, yeah. We don't want that. So things are going up. Yeah. And here's the scary thing. Or it's not scary. It's just, this is what it's, by the way, it's not all the war. I mean, that's got stuff to do with it. We're going to feel the food prices coming. We feel all that stuff. But some of it's tariffs. And, you know, we love tariff talk. Usually we do just all tariff talk on Tuesdays. But nobody knows what tariffs are actually still in effect.
Yeah, I was going to say, what tariffs are left after the SCOTUS ruling?
I don't think anybody knows, man. I don't think anybody. I don't even think they know at this point in time.
Huh.
I know there's 10%. Isn't it 10% or 15% just for everybody?
I think it was 10.
Yeah.
Let me look it up, boys.
Yeah. Look up the last tariff thing that happened.
Yeah, take a break from finding us a boat.
Yeah.
What tariffs are still in place?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it 10, 15%? It was something like that. Because he got mad because they said no. And then you have to explain to people what tariffs are. And then, like, it's not true. Trump told me that it was all about, you know, the foreign countries pay for it. And you're like, that's not the way that works.
By the way, I've got my chat GBT addressing me as Brother Ken.
Oh, look, it heard you one day.
It's going to kill you.
All right, 10% tariff on most imports from all countries. That took effect February 24th.
Okay, there you go.
China-specific tariffs, 7.5% to 25% on most Chinese goods. Steel and aluminum and copper, 50% took effect April 6th. Let's see here. Automobile and auto parts, 25%. Solar panels, washing machines. It doesn't say how much that is.
Flat screen TVs.
Doesn't say. Doesn't say, Brother
Well,
Blair.
isn't it like some stuff's just 10 across the board?
Yeah, there is some that is just 10 across the board. Average U.S. tariff rate is now around 10%.
There you go.
So basically just across the board.
Some are higher, but on average 10. Everybody's got 10.
Right.
And so there you go. Congress do that? No, Trump did that. But that... We're going to start.
Congress would never do that.
Congress, I want to see when Trump is gone and if this thing goes sideways.
What Congress does, what Congress is like.
What Congress is like and how they're going to try to figure out how they step away, push away, try to distance themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be like, how do you do that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do that. They're going to reinvent themselves. How are you going to and people are stupid. We get that, you know. I mean, some people just buy into anything you say. But how do you try to reinvent yourself? Because there is no MAGA. There's Trump. Trump is MAGA. Trump's gone, right? Queen's not Queen without Freddie. You can put whatever you want up there. It ain't Queen.
That's right.
It isn't. So
that's why they call it Queen with Adam Lambert.
With Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert. So, but I want to see what they do. You know? I mean, because yesterday, I thought they were going to yell at me. But then apparently I'm like, oh my God, they've never heard my show. The GOP of Nashville. It's like, hey, we're doing this big Reagan thing. We'd like you to host this thing. And my thought is, I don't think you guys have heard my show. Because have you ever watched a roast?
That would be perfect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would not hold back. I wouldn't. Because I don't want to interview politicians. Why? Because I think they're all ridiculous. They are all BSing you. And I want to, I'm going to just, it's not worth it. They're going to tell you whatever they think is going to win you over. But how do you fix this? Right? The Democrats are already going through this right now. We're watching the Democrats go through the insanity they've went through. Well, the Republicans are going to have to answer for a lot of people doing and saying, absolutely lying to you because they wanted to back Trump on something they knew was a lie. That they did. They absolutely knew was a lie. And to the point where it's watching them bend over backwards. It's crazy. So that's why this whole thing with, like, yesterday he went off on Candace Owens, and I don't listen much to Candace. I never have listened to Candace. Went off on Tucker. I don't much listen to Tucker. I don't. I've interviewed him several times. He's very nice. Always been nice.
They've turned him into the redheaded stepchild.
Oh, he's the devil. There is the devil. What did Ted Cruz says he is basically the worst demigod in America, in the world. What are you talking about, Ted?
And, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, any Republican would have gone on Tucker's show for any reason.
For any reason whatsoever. For any reason. And, Trump came out, called him low IQ. Tucker released low IQ. By the way, you can go get low IQ merch today.
He called him low IQ.
So this is what he did today. Because he went after him hardcore, right? Like Tucker especially, because he's mad at Tucker. And here's the thing. Tucker's reach, pretty big. He's like, they can't even get on TV anymore. He called Alex Jones bankrupt Alex.
Well, that ain't far from the truth, though.
No. He called them losers.
That's true.
Yeah, that one's true. That one's true. And you know what? Alex did it to himself, and I don't feel sorry for that because he pushed that insane conspiracy theory that his people went out and then did crazy stuff. And he knew that it was baloney. But he called them stupid people. Right? It was a 500-word truth, right? Third-rate podcasters, nut jobs, troublemakers, which is hilarious. Troublemakers, rabble-rousers. So, and he went after, this is what he said, bankrupt Alex Jones, InfoWars host. You guys know him. Lost his entire fortunes, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of Sandy Hook. And I'm like, okay, that I agree with. Right? And then he went after Megyn Kelly and all of these people. And the reason why, because they're actually saying something that a certain group of people don't like.
They're questioning things.
Which is what you should do. Which is like some guy just texted, he goes, I'm going to go over to 105.9 because you're a bitch. I'm like, I don't care. You think it hurts my feelings? What? Why? Because I said something you don't agree with? That inflation is high? We're winning? We're not. We're in a war that we should never been in at all. We're going into debt like you could not believe.
No, we are in debt like you can't believe.
Yeah. And it's growing. Guess what? It's growing it's growing faster than the Artemis can come down. It is insane what's going on. And everybody's like, oh, don't worry. It's going to, just wait. No, you should be able to question stuff.
At this rate, filling my tank up to get back and forth to work is costing me $50 more a month.
And you thought living down there was going to be cheaper for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not? So, but, Tucker, like, again, I don't watch Tucker because I just find a lot of that stuff to be insufferable. But
Tucker used to have a sense of reason about him, and it feels like that's gone.
No, I think he's got but Mark Levin, if Mark Levin's who you're turning to for
what are you, a dope?
Yeah, the night guy. Is that what Chris calls him?
The night guy.
The night guy.
Isn't he on your station? Yeah, I'll say it to his face. Come on over, you old man. I'll break your hip. It's not very nice, Chad. No, you're an anti-Semite. How am I an anti-Semite? Because I disagree with another country's politics? Enough. No, this has not gone well. This isn't winning. It isn't. But watching them tear each other up is hilarious. It's hilarious. It is. And when you look at the numbers, guess what? Over 65, all about Trump. He could do no wrong, doesn't matter. Under 65, getting a little dicey, right? You get into the 40s, which is where I am, maybe, in the 30s and the 20s. No, they've lost. They don't want any part of it. All I care about is give me data over dogma. I want truth. We'll go from there. But the baloney and the insanity and the pushing and we're always going to win and it's never been anything else. And then when somebody calls you out, somebody who, by the way, helped you get elected, pushed you in major ways across everything, Alex Jones, all that, been there since day one. And you went off 500 words calling them hilariously funny things. Troublemakers, yeah. Rabble-rousers. It's kind of funny to watch. I'm not going to lie, it is. Again, it's MAGA on MAGA crime because you're not MAGA enough. And I do still think it is hilarious that Mark Levin, that Megyn Kelly calls him micro-penis.
Goodness.
She should get a shirt made. Oh, there you guys go. There you guys go. Have I wondered if Tucker's right? I think Tucker's right in a lot of stuff. I do. I don't believe that Tucker hates America. I don't believe he's for the terrorist. Like, that's the go-to. You're for the terrorist. And if you ever, well, Iran was going to get a nuclear, oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, it was true. Our intelligence didn't believe it. So are we not to believe them? Are they the worst? Then who's Trump listening to? Bibi Netanyahu. No doubt about that. All right, kids, coming up. Brian, it's Brian again today, right?
Brother Brian.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so Bell. There's Bell for you. You guys would know better. You guys will start hitting me up on that. So we're going to wrap it up with Brian. And again, let's go over. I'm going to tell you guys exactly the time. There's a countdown clock.
All right.
4 hours, 17 minutes. They're going 7,200 miles an hour. They're 36,253 miles away from Earth. Not long until the splashdown of Artemis 2. And if we were in Mexico, it would be Artemis 2.
And again, this is just gravity pulling them.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. And like you said, Bell, they can maneuver a little bit. There is no spinning it, stopping it. Down is the only way it's going.
Well, you can pull over to the side if you need to for,
change your tires.
Change the tires.
And you better not be in the HOV lane.
Do not be in that HOV lane. So we'll wrap it up straight ahead. Chad Bench, Super Talk 987. Wrapping it up on a Friday. Man, big day indeed. I'm jealous, Brian. You're going to be on the air when it splashes down. It being Artemis 2.
I think I miss it by a couple of minutes, but I'll hang around in case, But we should know by the time I think I get through with my show whether everything has gone well. There's this period of blackout that happens when they come through. The corridor through which the spacecraft must travel is only 2 degrees wide. I mean, it's not. It's a very, very small corridor that they must get through. If you come in too shallow, you bounce off, and you cannot return. There will not be enough time or fuel to return. If you come in too steep, you burn up. So you got to hit this. I mean, it's sort of like you got to hit the Goldilocks 2% corridor to actually land. But during that time, you're out. You don't have no communication. So there'll be a period of time there. Well, we'll wonder. Is everything going okay? But I think it will. Generally, I think they've gotten this down. I did read a story though that I thought was very interesting. That said that there are some people who have concerns about the heat shield.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'd never heard that before. Seems like, well, you got a problem with the heat shield. That's a pretty big problem, but they seem to think they've got it under control. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting. I wish, because of all that's going on, it hasn't been the focus. I think a lot of us would be, how great would that have been? Ken and I were just talking about, so many people have watched this, but it hasn't been top of the mind. I think the way it would have been had it not been the Iran war and inflation and the oils and all. I think it would have been much bigger.
And for people of my generation, I mean, I was there for Mercury and Gemini and Apollo and saw the moon landings when I was a kid, and I remember each one of those missions and everything. I remember very distinctly Apollo 13 where it didn't go so well. But I think if we had landed, there would be a lot more interest. Just swinging around the moon. For me, I go, well, that's 1972 all over again. So what are we doing to improve upon that? And what you do to build upon that is you build a base on the moon, which is the ultimate goal. But when they land on the moon again, I think there will be a great deal more interest nationwide and worldwide.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. What else are you talking about besides the splashdown?
Well, I've got a lot of stuff here. Epstein, yesterday there was the surprise announcement by the First Lady about that she had nothing to do with Epstein, and I was trying to figure out what is that all about. I think I now have that figured out. We'll talk about the Artemis 2 splashdown. We'll talk about Iran. We'll talk about happenings in the swamp. And if you're a conservative and you're worried about 2028. We just got the best news we could possibly have today, and I'll share that as well.
All right, my man. You have yourself a good one. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Brian's up straight ahead. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.